Billie Eilish, The End of the World, Radio 1 Piano. Never heard this one before. It has been requested. It was a Patreon request as well. So firstly, I'd like to say to all the people that have become members of Patreon, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love of support, the love and support as I, go into this creator content world. It's super exciting and I appreciate it, man. The support has been overwhelming. For those of you who don't know, I do have a Patreon page now with one tier. It's a simple tier. If you want to subscribe to, if you want to become a member of Patreon, the link is down in the description. If you don't want to, or if you can't afford it or whatever else, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, you need to look after your guys. You need to look after yourselves first, right? And if you can or can't, it doesn't matter. I will take the support in any which way. You just being part of the family is good for me. So I really appreciate that. For all of those who have become members, thank you so much. Right, Billie Eilish, The End of the World, Radio 1 Piano Sessions. Never heard this one before. It is great. The form we're grading all music out of 3 specific categories, which is sound, content, and obviously vocal ability of the artist. But you kind of know what I feel about Billie Eilish. This girl is sensational, right? Never heard End of the World, and I've never heard this version either. So let's see what we got. Grade the form.
Radio 1.
Excuse me, that is not COVID. Please calm down. Let's go. Piano, man.
Breathe the air again. It's a beautiful day. I wish this moment would stay with the earth. Some prime new paradise, but there you go.
Whoa, girl, calm down. Whoa, calm down. This girl's voice is spectacular, man. And I didn't expect the duet. I didn't expect the guy to come in.
Some prime new paradise, but there you go again, saying everything ends, saying you can't depend on anything or anyone.
Okay, wait a second. So there you go again, saying that everything ends. Obviously dealing with a very negative person, obviously a very negative partner, must be in like a romantic sort of situation, saying like, I can't depend on anybody, I can't depend on anything or anyone, no one's ever going to come through for me, and you know what, all good things end. Very negative, right? Like glass half empty type sort of situation, right? Sort of seeing like, this is everything is the end of the world. Absolutely everything. Can never see the light in something, right? Whenever something happens in people's lives, and happens to so many people, including myself, right? Where you have those days that everything just feels like it's the end of the damn world, man. But it's not. It's not. It's just another day, another situation. The sun will shine again tomorrow. But okay, let's carry on.
Or anyone. If the end of the world was near, where would you choose to be? If there was 5 more minutes
my Lord.
of air, would you panic and hide, or run for your life, or stand here and spend it with me?
Oh my Lord, Jesus, no, go. You've got to stop it. No. I like the fact that she puts forward this scenario. I like the fact that she puts forward the scenario where she's kind of linking a romantic relationship with an actual event. An event that it's complex in a way, which I really like, that she's playing with the mental, she's playing with the physical, and then she's playing with the romantic. She's playing with 3 different spectrums. Feelings, the actual world scenario, if there were to be a Armageddon of some sort, right? and then also a mental situation, so a mental state, on how we draw comparisons to the end of the world within our mental state, whether it be in a relationship or whether it be in our struggles in life, right? But say all of that combined down, filtered into one, if you put it into a funnel and combined down, because everything, I'll guarantee you everything, fear derives from death consistently. I don't care what it is that you fear, right? Fear of anything will always filter down to death, right? Because it'll always filter down to the worst case scenario, which is death, the end of life. It doesn't actually matter what it is. All fear derives from the fear of death. It all filters down to the fear of death. But in the fear of death, right, in the fear of the end of the world, how would you choose to spend it? Now, this is a very, very cool, it's a very nice question to pose to people. It's a nice question to have people think about. What would I do in that situation? What would I do at the end of my relationship? What would I do if I see the skies just burn red and this is about the end of the world and I only have 5 minutes? Who would I spend it with? What is important to me? It's a question thing that is so important. What is important in your life? Right? Would you grab your possessions? Would you run and use your last 5 minutes of breath? Or would you spend it with the people that are most important to you, who love you? And we don't ask ourselves those questions in our life. Why? Because we're never ever dealing with something so imminent until we actually on our deathbeds, or until we actually at the end of that relationship and we're too scared to lose somebody. It's so brilliant. I see where she's going with this. I know I've rambled on, I apologize, but it's such a beautiful way to pose a question that's really 3-tiered, if that makes any sense. But let's carry on.
And spend it with me. If we had 5 more minutes, could I make you happy? And we would live again in the simplest of ways, living day after day like some primal animals we would love again.
I love that. We would live day to day like some primal animals, right? Only the most important things would matter, right? Not the riches, not the luxuries, not the cars, not the houses. When you're living in a primal way, you need what you need for today. You need your food for today. You need your water for today. You need your sleep for today. You need your love for today, right? Would that be an easier way to love? It's kind of cutting out the monetary value of our lives, the monetary value of our relationships, and taking it down to its bare bones and saying, if we lived this way, we would probably love each other, right? Because there would be nothing else standing in the way. Wow, this is beautiful. Jesus, George.
Under glorious suns, with the freedom that comes with the truth. If the end of the world was near, where would you choose to be? If there was 5 more minutes
Wow.
of air, would you panic and hide, or run for your life, or stand here and spend it with me? If we had 5 more minutes, could I make you happy?
And a situation like that, first, this girl is so special, man. I love this girl. I love her voice. I love her messages, everything. She's such a complex artist, which I think is unreal, right? One of my favorite female artists as well. But I love the fact that she says like 5 minutes, because 5 minutes is not a long time, right? But in a situation like that, at the end of the world, 5 minutes ticks over very, very slowly. Do you know what I mean? And there's so much that you can fill There's so much love, there's so much you can fill that space within 5 minutes. There's so much that you can fill that space with. Why is it valuable? Why is it valuable at the end of your life, but never valuable during the journey of your life? And we tend to always forget that. We tend to always forget that every 5 minutes that we waste, right? We could have filled it. We could have literally stopped time with moments and memories, but we sped it up because we kept chasing something that's not important. Whew. When you get me into this stage, people, when you get me into this stage, you know I talk too much, right? So you got to deal with me. Let's go.
Make you happy. So it finally came to pass. I saw the end of the room. Saw the madness unfold like some right. Ooh, very old. And I look back upon Armageddon and the moment of
See what I'm talking about? I mean, she's only saying it now, but I already called it at the beginning of the song. This is intertwined. This is intertwined from the physical to the emotional to the mental. It's very, very well done, because now she's pulling it back into the physical event, the actual event of the end of the world in terms of Armageddon, right? Which ties into the feeling, which ties into the mental state of how you feel that, you know, things, it's the end of the world when it really isn't, essentially, but it can feel that way, right? And I like the fact that she's tied everything down to that, because it's in that moment of losing something special, like your life, like your partner, right? Or that is when you tend to appreciate the most primal, basic things we have in life, right? Air in our lungs, a beating heart, a person to love, something to eat, and something beautiful to look at.
truth between you and me. If we had 5 more minutes of air to breathe, and we cried all through it, but you spent them with me on our last few drives.
If we cry all through it, but you spend it with me, that is the most vulnerable space to be in. You know what I mean? It's okay that we cry all through it, knowing that it's the end. But at least that would have been the most truest moment that you would have spent with me. The most vulnerable, the most unique, the most precious, and the most authentic. Come on, man.
Of it, we agreed. I was, and you were happy.
Oh my God, that is one of the best performances. That is one of the best live performances I have seen in terms of like just an instrument and an artist. That is going down as one of my absolute favorites. I love the complexity of the song. I love the way she delivered the song. I like the way he added to the song. I just loved everything about it. That is absolutely, unbelievably, beautifully special. That's straight 10s for me. 5 stars. This is in the elites of the elites for me. Billie Eilish, man. Billie Eilish, man. Fuck, this girl's special. Sorry for swearing, but oh my God. Anyway, guys, I love you all, man. Please stay safe, please stay healthy. Catch you in the next one. Peace.